Hello. What's up, everyone? Welcome, and thank you so much for joining me on this very special broadcast meant to kick off CoderZ League 2022 season. My name is Yossi Gershom, and I am the director of CoderZ League. Now, what we want to do today is do a broadcast meant to tell you a bit about what to expect in the 2022 season, what's new and what's changing, and what is going to be super exciting about this year. I'm very happy to be here, and I'm very happy to have you with me. So first thing, let's talk about the schedule for today. It's not going to be very long. We're going to talk about season 2022. Then we're going to talk about everything that's new this season, and later we'll talk about how to join the league this year. So I'm very happy to have you with me. Before we begin, here's a quick promo about what 2022 is going to be.
O CoderZ, eu acho que a gente auxiliou bastante na resolução de problemas e também programação.
And one-word collaboration is a really great way to describe the whole league as a whole.
CoderZ for me was a lifesaver. I'm not going to teach robotics without it anymore. It's just making me a better programmer and making me a better teacher.
CoderZ is every STEM teacher's dream.
That was awesome. Now let's talk about some of the things that we added this year. We're going to talk about 3 major additions, and we also added some other stuff, but you'll see them when the season begins. The first addition that we want to talk about is the stage tabs. So, as you all know, the league has 4 stages. We have the preliminary, we have the group stage, the playoffs, and the world finals. Each of those stages, previously speaking, they were stacked one on top of the other in our website. Now we've added separate tabs for each of these stages. As you can see in the video, it's very smooth, and in every tab you can see exactly what is important to that stage. We think this is a great addition that's going to allow you to understand much better when our stage is going to begin and what to expect in each of those stages. The second addition we want to talk about is red side training. So Topplebot is a very complicated and demanding game, and we know that. Previously, you can only train on the blue side, and what happened is that many of the teams, when they played the red side, the robot behaved a bit differently. We want to give you a chance to see what would the robot behave on the red side. That's why we added another activity called Red Side Training. For Pro Division, you can now try and test your robot out on the red side as well to make sure it functions just as well on the red side. So we think that's a great addition to the red side, to the Pro Division. Now, the third and biggest addition by far is what we call the game rotation. So let me explain how this works. The game rotation, starting this year, to mix things up, one of the games from each division is going out of rotation, meaning it will no longer be available this year, and instead a new game will be added. In next year's, not only a new game will be added, but there's a chance that a game that was rotated out in previous years will be back on the market. So starting So starting this year, every year is going to be a brand new mix of new and old games. Let's give an example. So if, for example, this year in Novice, Disco Blocks rotates out, it might be back in 2023, and a new game will be added in its stead in this year. Alright, no more stalling. We promised you a promo, we promised you some rotation. Let's see which game is going out of rotation in the Novice division this year. Will it be Disco Blocks, Robogolf, or even Moonbase? Let's watch. In this year, looks like Moonbase is going out of rotation, meaning this year, Moonbase will not be one of the 3 games available in the 2022 season. I want to talk to you a bit about the process that we went through when we decided which game to rotate. Let's talk a bit about Moonbase. After reviewing data from students and also talking to some of the teachers, we understood that Moonbase was very difficult conceptually and also, physically speaking, to some of the students, and maybe it was too difficult for the Novice division. When we reviewed the game and we thought about what changes we can make to it, we understood that to make it simpler and easier, we would have to overhaul the whole game. So to do it right, we decided to rotate it out for this year, work on it on the background, and then maybe add it in next year's and make it better. In the meantime, we will have a new game added that will be much better suited to the Novice division. So without further ado, let's watch the promo for the new game added to the Novice division. Wow, that was incredible. I'm so excited to see how your students work on this one. Now, we're moving on to the junior. Let's see which game is going to rotate out of the junior division. All right. Farm Fever is going out of rotation for junior. The reason we decided to rotate Farm Fever out is because we felt like junior had too many riddle type games. So as we see it, riddle type games are games where students have to solve it as a riddle, and instead of working out like this holistic, agnostic code that can work for every stage, just like Jungle Gym. In junior, we had both Farm Fever and Lasers versus Balloons, which are 2 games where students have to create a very specific code for a very specific problem. And we feel like, as developers, that's not the mindset we want to set for ourselves. We want to create a code that can work for every situation as long as you understand what the problem is about. So we decided to rotate Farm Fever out, maybe bring it back in next year's when it's a bit more better suited for what we see as a good challenge for your students. So if Farm Fever is going to rotate out, let's see which game is going to replace it in this year's edition. Sheesh! That game will surely excite your students. Now, moving on to the Pro Division, let's see which game is rotating out. And in the Pro Division, Line on Mars is going out of rotation. The reason we decided to rotate Line on Mars out this year is because we thought it's too focused on the driving. There's just too many lines of code about how you want the robot to drive and not about the code itself and creating a strategic plan behind what you want the code to be about. And especially in the Pro Division, where it's for older students, we want them to be more focused about how to create a great strategy and a better code, holistically speaking. And we have decided to add a new game that will overlook this problem entirely. Let's see the new game for the Pro Division. There you have it. 3 divisions, 3 new games. I'm super excited to see how you like them this year. All right, now what? Now all you have left to do is sign up. Go to CoderZLeague.com and register your teams. The registration is open until October 4th, but the training camp opens up on September 12th, so be quick. In addition, we are hosting 3 special webinars that are entirely for you to have your questions and understand how the league is structured, how it works, and if you have any fears or any questions regarding CoderZ League, that's the best thing you can do to make sure you understand how it works and to know that you can do it. We believe in you. If you want to sign up for one of our webinars, go to the link in the description below. That's all we have for you today, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're so excited to have you and your students in this year's edition of CoderZ League. Bye.